On Radio 1, it is Wednesday morning and Jenna Coleman joins us on the show. I honestly do feel like after watching you in Victoria that I kind of have to show you more respect. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Don't you? Like, do you feel like, do you feel a bit more like, a bit posh than that?
I think there was definitely a period after filming of like cooling off. It's a funny thing. It's quite a funny, when you walk into a room and you sit on a throne, like, nervous giggles kind of happened quite a lot until you just got used to it.
Because I guess when you go and watch a film sometimes, like if you go and see something like, when I went to see Inception, Inception made me feel weird for like a few days afterwards.
Yeah.
I'd sat and watched something for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But if you're, in this world where you're playing a queen and everyone's bowing to you and you're doing this for, I guess like 15 hours a day or however long filming is, do you ever like go home when you're feeling a bit more like la-di-da around the flat?
What, just to myself?
Yeah. Like waving at passers-by, it's like that.
Yeah, and then you like go to the pub with your friends and your mum and your gran, and they kind of totally knock some sense into you.
Because she got quite she was quite stubborn, as we said, and then she like wanted stuff her way. She was like, saying, well, now that I'm queen, I don't want to be called Alexandrina,
yeah.
Alexandrina, which I'd never even heard.
I know, Drina was her name.
I thought they'd spell Alexandra wrong on the telly when I saw it. And she's like, I'm going to be Queen Victoria. So, because she got that bit of success. Since you've had success of acting, you've become well known. Has anything changed, like, about you, which your friends always take the mick out of you? Do you eat, like, I don't know, sushi midweek?
I think I ate sushi midweek before.
Right.
I travel a lot more. I've got Peter makes fun of me. He calls me, because I've dropped the middle name. I've dropped Louise of my middle name. Because I was going into places and people going Jenna Louise, and I found it so weird because it's just not my name. Well, it is, but it's not. So Peter calls me the artist formerly known as JLC.
And if people do call you that, do you respond or you just completely ignore them?
No, I respond, or I don't, like, just look at Peter with a... With a sigh.
Chelsea. And we've got lots of questions that we need to get through in a second. Loads of people want to say hello this morning. But this felt to me like such because in Doctor Who, it's such a fun role and such a fun character to play, but this feels like such a grown-up role. And when you see the opening credits of Victoria, it's like you just staring down the camera. Did it feel like this was a big shift for you, like, career-wise? Because this feels such like Doctor Who, you can't get bigger than Doctor Who, really, but do you know what I mean? Like, when you become, like, the main character in this show.
I think it's playing someone who's real, who's existed before, and you've got so much research material and so much to access with her, especially with her diaries, and, you can hear everything in the first hand, and someone that's so iconic as well. That was I've never played anyone real before.
So do you have full great Queen Victoria knowledge now?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, let's test.
Reining it in.
Let's test.
Oh my goodness.
Let's test you.
I know. Here we go.
I like this question from someone said, "Hi Jenna, did you have to wear that fluff around your neck?"
What fluff?
You know, like they wear those things around their necks like that. Because I quite liked the outfits. So far.
Oh no, we don't. We've not got to a fluff stage yet. No, we're a bit more.
I think fluff was a bit more like 16th century.
Yeah. Maybe it was earlier. Actually, I think it was earlier. I've avoided the fluff.
God, get your fluff references right.
Yeah.
Please.
I've got, corsets and stuff like that, and latex bumps later when she was pregnant.
Oh, I thought she was into that. I was like, wow, quite fashion forward. Latex, wow. Very Little Kim of her. But what's going to happen later on, Gary wants to know. He says, by the way, I love Victoria.
Oh,
Loved
thanks,
it.
Gary.
Serious question, though. Just wondering, as they go on and say get to 5 series, will you have to wear like a fat suit as the future of Queen Victoria? Because she does get bigger, says Gary.
She does. If you have ever seen in Kensington Palace at the moment, she's so unbelievably tiny. She's 4'11" and miniature, like minuscule. But I think maybe in her 40s, when Albert dies, she changes.
Yeah. So, do you know how long you're going to be doing this series for? You're like, there's going to be 10 series. Or...
I don't know. We've covered 3 years, and I know there is an intention they would like to maybe do the reign because the stories are there. But I suppose it depends on the appetite, really. How
would you feel if ITV say, okay, we're gonna run with this. We're gonna do 10 series. This is gonna be bigger than Downton Abbey.
You are now Queen Victoria forever.
Yeah, you are Queen Victoria forever, and you have to get like you have to get fat, basically? Because I've heard that is because actors sometimes have to do it, and I always think that would be my dream phone call. Get fat for work.
You think that? My friend had to do it, and it's really hard.
I've heard it's hard.
And she was like, actually, you think it would be a dream come true to sit and eat ice cream all day, but she was like, it was pretty gross, actually.
But apparently there's something in your brain, a lot of actors say who've been on, where the minute you are told to do that, well, you're like, well, I want to rebel and have broccoli.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you know you can have it, you're like, I don't want it. Hello to Mike Flynn, who's been on, full name. I must say, I love Victoria. I'm hooked, and she plays it so well. Mike has given you a score out of 10.
Oh, thanks,
Of
Mike.
10.
Oh, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
High praise indeed.
Yeah, loving that. Yeah. Are we gonna actually quiz Jenna? Okay.
Oh,
We
no.
are actually gonna do this.
gonna
So
embarrass
for
myself
all
here.
the students, or anyone just sat around learning about the Victorian era right now, we want you to give us everything you know about Queen Victoria, the Victorian era.
In like a speech.
Well, just like give us some like facts. So like she loved salt and vinegar crisps or whatever. Just like keep going like that for 30 seconds.
Whew.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So as much as you know about the Victorian era, you play Queen Victoria. This better be good. Go.
So she was brought over, her mum brought her over when she was pregnant from Hanover, where all of her family's from. She comes from the family of the Coburgs. Her father died when she was 2.5. She was brought up, she nearly died when she was 16 of typhoid. Her mother's advisor, Sir John Conroy, tried to make her to sign a regency. She refused at 16 years old and defied her mother. She is 4'11". She became queen on the day that she was 18 and had never slept a night in a bedroom alone before. She had a favourite drink of claret and whiskey when she was older.
Oh, yes, Jenna! That was good. So she slept with her mum and drank whiskey?
Yeah, but not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Just making that clear.
Okay.
That's not how I'm playing it. Either,
No.
I hope.
Wait,
One hopes.
come on. Wait, pass the whiskey. Because, obviously, because she's a real person.
Yeah.
And, such an iconic person. Does someone, do you have to, meet, royal family and be like, is this all right? Am I doing this okay? Or is that, a boss at ITV or something?
We had an historical advisor called Alistair Bruce.
Uh-huh.
And he would give us kind of protocol. I said etiquette, and that's very wrong, apparently.
Right.
It's protocol advice on I had my elbows on the table, which would never be done. He worked on Downton as well, actually.
Right.
So he gives a very good advice. But the biggest advice he gave me was don't act like you're queen.
Right.
It's let everyone else around you do the turning heads and things like that.
Oh, yeah, you're just sort of okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is quite funny as well. Michael Howells, our set designer, I was tripping up over the stairs in my dresses all the time, things like that. And he was like, darling, just bend down and pull your dress up. I worked at Dior for 15 years. It makes your waist a lot slimmer.
Oh, yes, that's a handy tip. I'll do that when I'm going down to the canteen in a bit. Jenna, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Make sure you watch Victoria. It's back on ITV on Sunday at 9 p.m. and you can watch it on the Hub thing if you've missed it. You can see it on there and watch it on there. That's what I did, the Hub thing. Well, thank you for coming in.
Lovely, thanks.
It's great
Nice
to see you. And great Victorian era knowledge.